Okay, in our first series of videos, you watched Apple Classroom for the MacBook and how that was set up and run from the teacher side on a Mac. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like on the teacher side from an iPad. What you're going to notice is that the features and functions are almost identical to the MacBook. So if you can run Apple Classroom from the Mac and you feel comfortable with that, you should have no problems whatsoever running it from your iPad as well. And again, in this case, to get the Classroom app here, you're actually going to just sign into the App Store with your Apple ID and just search for Classroom, and you're going to download the Classroom app. Again, the teacher is the only one who needs the app. Students do not need the app at all, whether they are using their iPad or whether they are on a Mac. So after I've downloaded my Classroom app, I'm going to go ahead and launch the app. Again, the first time it'll probably prompt you to put your teacher name in, and then to create a class today, we're going to go ahead and just tap the plus sign. Give it a class name, pick an icon, pick a color, and tap done. And then we'll go ahead and launch that class. And you can see the interface looks very similar, almost identical to the MacBook Apple Classroom app. So to add students, we're going to go ahead and tap on that three dots again, and we're going to invite students. So again, the invite code pops up on the screen, and this is the code that students will use to actually join your class for the first time. And again, this is a one-time join, just like it is for the Mac. It's all run off proximity, so as they leave your classroom, you can end your class the next day when you start your class and kids walk back in. They just automatically connect and rejoin your classroom and populate. Again, for an iPad, students are going to go to the Settings app. They are going to find in the Wi-Fi section right below there, it says Classroom. You're going to see the name of the class you want to join. I'm going to change these to always for our settings. That way it's not prompting me every time. And I'm going to go ahead and add my trial class. My student name is already filled in, but students may have to type theirs in, and then type in the code and tap Add. That's from the iPad. Again, from the MacBook, students go to System Preferences. It'll populate in the bottom level of the System Preferences. Click on Classroom. We're going to go ahead and add the new class, typing in our code, and add our class. And now you can see on the teacher iPad here, we have multiple students that are wanting to join the class. And when we're ready, we just simply tap Add. Again, if not all of your kids get added on the first day, when they come back the next day, tap the three dots and just tap Invite Students, and that will allow you to add more students to that classroom there. All right, again, grouping students is the same as it is for the Mac. You just simply tap New Group, give the group a name, and then you're just going to check mark the students that you want in that group and tap Done. And then now you can see I have a group of just 2 students, or I can go back to all students and I can see that it's there. I can also again see just my students on an iPad or just my students on a MacBook right there. It also tells me current apps that are open on the device. What I actually kind of like about those students who are actually on the Mac, it actually shows all the different windows or apps that they have open. So you can see in the middle here we have a student that has Settings, QuickTime, the Finder, and Chrome all open at one time on their device. All those apps open at one time. For an iPad, it's only going to show one app at a time, and you'll see that app in small icon form right there. So again, that is how you on the teacher iPad create your Apple Classroom classes, invite students, and then group students to your Apple Classroom.